Ghostblade, a character that lots of people gravitate towards cause he simply looks really cool. I've gotten a few requests to cover him in the early week 1 guide, so here we go. The official site lists Ghostblade as a gimmick character recommended for moderately experienced players. He's not actually very difficult for beginner players, but I'll get into why it's harder to win with him than someone like Berserker. His basic attacks have great reach while still being pretty fast. Not as fast as characters like Striker and Kunoichi, but almost. His S attacks mostly all have huge range. Notably, his down S, which is usually an anti-air for most characters, is just a horizontal slash with a long range, so not that good when the opponent is over your head. But that's fine because your down S animation is also your guard cancel animation, allowing you to escape setups that a lot of other characters can't because they have much stubbier animations for their guard cancel. Instead, you can use back S as an anti-air, and this thing has a massive vertical and horizontal hitbox, although a tad bit of startup. You can also jump and use his great air normals to counter opponents in the air if you can react quickly enough. Forward S has some very specific uses. It needs to be used to end certain very specific combos and enable some flashier ones as well. It's projectile and grab invulnerable, so you can use it with conversions to approach really well without taking a big gamble. Jumping S is a really cool air move that changes your trajectory, letting you put the opponents in some precarious situations. It's also plus enough on block that most characters just have to respect what you're going to do afterwards. Now, the best thing about Ghostblade and his defining characteristic is that his MS special attacks summon a ghost that exists independent of you, so you can still perform actions while the ghost executes whatever command you gave it. And this is the gimmick. So neutral S becomes your primary confirm attack. You either open the opponent up to get hit by it and confirm into combo, or you get a free mind game on block. The way it works is that the last hit of the attack can be rolled through and punished because there's a slight gap. But then all your MS attacks come into play, which can be cancelled into from any point of the multiple slashes. You can send out the ghost diagonally, you can send it out straight forward, you can use the down MS skill to get right in their face and challenge either a lack of response or a bad button choice. You can start off the back MS ghost attack that can put them in block pressure if they don't smack it away. It gets very intimidating very quickly. But this is why the character is considered by the developers as an intermediate one. Everyone has an invincible move as their down MS attack. Ghostblades is not invincible on frame 1, meaning if you try to wake up with it or do it in the middle of very tight pressure, you'll get hit. Now, it has its uses, but the removal of that option, which is available to most of the cast, is what puts him up a tier in difficulty, because your general defense needs to be rock solid, since you can't just break back into neutral with a good DP like other characters can. So the trade-off is that this move has more utility than a usual DP. You can use it to put you wherever the ghost is, leading to some really tricky setups. You can also mix it around sometimes with forward S, which can get tricky since forward S will go behind the opponent at certain ranges while down MS will always go to your ghost. Yes, there's a lack of left-right mix-ups in this game due to a block button, but it's all about putting the opponent under a lot more mental strain, thinking what they have to do to respond to you teleporting all over the screen. And then you've got jumping MS, which calls down the ghost while you can high-low and mix up the opponent. Again, gimmicks, and to maximize the effectiveness of those gimmicks, you need combos. And the combos are very straightforward. We always want to lead into a hard knockdown, typically with back S because you get a safe jump that I'm pretty sure works against most of the cast. And once the opponent respects that, it's time to get freaky with some ambiguous setups. So if you're close enough, you can go straight into the back S, into back MS, and do some well-timed follow-ups off of any type of hit confirm. If you need to close a bit of distance while confirming the standing S attack, you can add forward MS and dash up to get into the knockdown part of the combo. There's a slight bit of white help that you leave them with in these combos, but it shouldn't matter too much since it'll recover so quickly it won't even be a factor. You can also get into this combo from a full screen punish with your neutral MS. Then there's the DP punish, which is kind of hard, but it gives you some more combo ability and damage off of the counter hit. And for the most part, that's kind of what he does. You can start these combos in different ways, but that's where you want to end up. You benefit greatly from the ability to punish literally from full screen, and that makes him incredibly dangerous. Not to mention you get an attack buff in Awakening mode, so one touch can wipe away half of a health bar easily. So yeah, no invulnerable DP, but the balance is in the trade-off between not having that and having all of these gimmicks and setups. Ghostblade can seem really strong when piloted by someone with an elite defensive and reactive style that can still put on pressure when the opportunity arises. A style that a lot of Street Fighter players tend to have actually. So if that's already your style of gameplay, then you'll do amazing with him. And if it's not, you can become that player. Just keep grinding. Thanks for watching the video. You can check me out streaming on Twitch over here. And as more tournaments and data about the roster comes out, look forward to deeper dives on all of the characters with both beginner and advanced guides. Peace.